Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. It's cross-examinations time. I am your host, Mike S. Miller. Welcome to Blacklist Universe, and thank you for coming to be a part of this strange little fellowship of believers and unbelievers alike. People here to share time and learn from one another and discuss all things faith-related, I suppose is best. I really do need to come up with a better intro, an explanation to what we do here. Andrew J. Woot, howdy, hello. Burkindo, what's up? Arch Geek, hey brother. P Money, I'm making on time and I can't stay. Aw, bruh. Dennis Peruch, hello. Cubstadon, what is up, guys? People trickling in. I assume that means that you are getting notifications. Xcal, what's up? Just got unplanned. Have you seen it? I have not seen it, Arch Geek. I did see Shazam. I don't know if... Not that one has to do with the other. Does the solution involve tiny crisis actors? I don't know. The solution of what? The solution to what? Oh, today's topic. Sorry. Thank you, Sketch. Today's topic, the abortion solution. I actually did an episode... I don't know if that was a cross-examinations or if it was just like I think it was, where I gave my entire abortion solution. And I was reading on Christian headlines today, and I saw a step toward my solution, and I was like, this has to be the topic today. This has to be the topic. So great to hear. So good news on the saving babies front today, and we will get into that in a bit. Dennis Bruce says, solution, air about 30 seconds of unplanned. That will end it. 30 seconds. Does it matter which 30 seconds, Dennis? Does it? Does it really? But we will get to that in a bit. That coffee is not good today. I should make some new coffee, or just stop drinking coffee today. Let's go, though, to yesterday's topic for questions and comments. Is Bitcoin the mark of the beast? Was yesterday's topic. It was a fun little show. The crypto market is once again in bull mode, it seems to me. It's been, although Sigma Centurion, first comment, disagrees, says no, but it's a bear. I don't know. Past few days seems to be a pretty good indicator that we're heading for a bull run, which I'm happy to see. And I'm very happy to see Pundi X finally. I have a lot of Pundi X. I went in big on Pundi X before the market crashed. Actually, yeah, I guess it was before the market crashed, and it took a great big dump. But I still think it's a great one, and so I didn't take anything out of it. I'm just maintaining. I am holding. Hodl gang. And like the first 3 days of this bull run, I'm like, Pundi is not moving. I was like, what is going on? And then today, bam, it shoots up 20%. And I'm like, finally. I'm like, why? Everything in the market was going up, and Pundi's just like sitting there. And I'm like, and then today. So, finally. Arcane Cumberbatch Pepperpot said, no, but people getting subcutaneous microchips, maybe. I don't want to delve into the entire thing. Again, we kind of covered this pretty well yesterday. Arcane Flash. Hold on a second. Why is this not? My microphone is like stuck behind a bunch of stuff. Problem. Original Arabic has no accent marks. They weren't added to much later because the Quran could literally be translated / read in at least 4 different ways, depending on how you read it. That is how the main Islamic schools came about over differences of how the scriptures were read. Actually, Arcane, that is not a problem. What that actually is a greater confirmation that the Arabic that John saw in his vision, as written down in the book of Revelation, was not from the original Arabic. It was a vision of Arabic as written in the end days, right? So it would have the accent marks. Thank you for adding to that argument. Edo Neo 77 says, nope, the mark of the beast in its physical form is the FRID chips they're putting on people. To it, I just responded, watch the video. And that's all I will. David Rogers writes, for consideration, Revelation 13:18. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. For the number is that of a man, and his number is 666. Yeah, we went through that several times yesterday. Whomever or whatever the number of the beast refers to, it would need to be a number that a first century reader could calculate and understand and be warned about. Otherwise, the text becomes useless for insight for the original churches to whom the vision was first addressed. Even if it has a future from first century perspective application, there would need to be some kind of pressing warning for the first century audience. Many of our early manuscripts do not provide the numeric 666, but instead spells out hexacosioi hexaconta hex 666. To it I responded, why would it be for the first century reader when it is a prophecy of the end days? Prophecies don't need to be perfectly understood. They only need to be perfectly transmitted through time. David responds, it was first written to first century readers. It was given to 7 churches in the first century to warn them and encourage them in their situations to remain faithful. If it is entirely future, it is practically worthless to them. It may have future applications in some way, but one should explore how it would have communicated to them. God chose to give it to them first. To it, I responded, many, if not most, prophecies have dual application, which I think is pretty much what he was saying. But I don't think it's necessary. Ezekiel prophesied Jerusalem being rebuilt at a time when Jerusalem hadn't been destroyed to begin with. Didn't make sense to the readers in their day, but it makes sense from the later reader's perspective. David responds and corrects me. In the last days began at Pentecost, Acts 21:6. The end times are always impending upon the church. The precision of details about the prophetic word in Revelation 13:18 may indeed have a specific future fulfillment. However, the wisdom of the calculation would likely also have a contemporary first century usefulness or application for the first century readers. It would be worth exploring the text from that perspective. Personally, I find that the Islam interpretation is less likely among all the interpretive candidates. I do not, but not necessarily absolutely ruled out. I tend to think the warning is about an anti-Christian ideology which hardens into a specific movement with a particular leader. The number may not be about the personal name of the beast, but instead more oriented around the title or a particular characteristic of the leader that would give a heads up to those with insight. And then here's where he corrects me. The Ezekiel material on rebuilt temple was in the 25th year of Ezekiel's life. The temple was destroyed approximately 586 BC. This vision would be fulfilled in the future, but it would have generated great hope for those who were suffering under the news of its utter destruction. Thus, this supports my contention that the prophecy was having contemporary purpose or encouragement while not ruling out a distant application of fulfillment. So other than my being more, again, I don't have absolute knowledge, but I am more convinced of the Muslim interpretation than anything else. And being that, most, if not all, prophecies do have dual fulfillment, as you were saying, for a first century and then a later fulfillment. There could actually be multiple explanations for the writing of 666, or the, it could be very well that the 666 may have had some meaning in the 1st century, whereas the way it was actually written down, which reads in Arabic in the name of Allah or Bismillah, they could both be accurate. They could neither be accurate. I do not have perfect understanding, but like I said, I think the Muslim argument holds more water than any other interpretation I've ever been exposed to. So, Ivan von Schreiber says, "Is Twitter the Tower of Babel?" WK responds, "No, just Babel." Just of Babel. Yeah. No, everyone. It is a congregation of babbling, but the Tower of Babel to reach. No, there's no. Ghastly Gamer says, even without watching the video, the answer is no. Bitcoin is decentralized and the beast system will be centralized, completely controlled. Hey, that's actually a very good argument. That is actually a very good argument. The beast literally could not control Bitcoin or pretty much any other cryptocurrency. Maybe Ripple. If you controlled, because Ripple, rather than going to a bunch of independent, privately owned computers, and that's how they create their decentralized network. Ripple is a decentralized network, but it's centralized decentralization. So it's banks. It's the multiple banks that become the network rather than tens of thousands of computers around the world doing the job. You've got dozens or hundreds of banks eventually being the decentralized network. But anyways, I guess if Satan could control all of the bankers and they could all be under my control and make changes at the same time, man. But no, yeah, you're right, Ghastly Gamer. That's a great point. Even Von Scriber ends this with, also, open your eyes, Mike. Joker was directed by the Hangover guy. Do you like the Hangover, Mike? All 3 of them? I don't think I saw the 3rd one. I saw the first 2. They were funny, but yeah, they were pretty they weren't great. Let's just leave it there. All right. Let's see what you guys are chatting about right now. We're hanging out in the church. We're hanging about in the chat now. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. I've got a $5 super chat from Mark Shea. Remember, killing babies is fine. Just don't cut the head off a plastic action figure. Yeah, that will flip them out. Talk more about your Indiegogo, Mike. Ethan, this is not the place to talk about themegcomic.com. This is not the place to talk about the 3 graphic novels that you can get for one low price. This is not the place to talk about 400 plus pages of action and adventure and comic book goodness, all on one Indiegogo. Ethan, this is just not the place to talk about that. This is Bible study. Let's go up and see. Dennis Pooch said, Mike, thanks for the tip. I have less auction money today. Well, Dennis, I do accept payment in Ethereum because money is invested. I checked my Bitcoin account, realized I still have $50 worth. Woo, LOL. Nice. Jobs report came in. Market shot up. Oh, I take it the jobs report was good. I heard it was a bad jobs report. Was it good? I hope so. I just want great jobs report every single time. As long as our dear leader is in power, I want the job market to constantly be wrong. Bad day. Aw, I'm sorry, Force Ghost Burt Reynolds. I hope we can liven your day. Dennis Pruch, I got out when Bitcoin was around 18,000, so I did pretty well. Just Guess I just kept a few dollars worth to keep my accounts active. You know, we're still almost at the bottom of the market. The bottom, what Bitcoin was just under 4, and now it's just at 5. So still good. Still good. Sketch says, I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe what I saw? That night was real and not just fantasy. Is that like lyrics to a song or something? Brett says, I look 25 today. Are you back at Malibu? I look 25. I don't feel 25. Perkino says, I can remember when barcodes came out, some people thought they were going to be the mark of the beast. Yeah, because they used 6 on those as a placeholder, and they would have a 6 at the beginning, a 6 in the middle, and a 6 at the end. It's like, well, technically, if everything has a barcode, you can't buy or sell without that number. Did I see your drawing? I mean, no, I did not, Nasser. I did not. Christ decentralized equals open ledgers, Antichrist centralized closed ledgers. Yes. This keyboard sucks. Sorry, Sketch. All right, I still have 350 XRP. I bought in at 19 cents, and it's 37 cents today. I'm not getting rich, but I'm still making money at least. Yeah, Perkindo, you're not going to get back in? Are you done with the market? Theme G, I can't wait. Good job, Mike. Good morning, and God bless, Beowulf. What's up, brother? All right, let's see. Almost 200,000 more jobs added. Dang. Can Donald Trump be stopped? No, he cannot. Mike doesn't like Iron Maiden. It's true. I have never been an Iron Maiden fan. Not my style. Sorry. Is that 25 in dog years? 25 in dog years. Oh, thanks, Burkindo. Maybe, but no promises. I'm drawing. Shut up, fake EVS. Even Von Scriber. Hail Sketch Therapy. And all right. Let's get to the topic of the day. It is a little early for the topic of the day, but what the heck? Let's do it. This made me so happy today. So happy together. ChristianHeadlines.com. Court upholds pro-life law that lets women see ultrasound before abortion. A federal appeals court Thursday handed pro-life groups a major victory, upholding a Kentucky law that requires abortion doctors to let women hear the unborn baby's heartbeat and see images of the baby on an ultrasound. How is it this had to be made a law? Right? How is it? This is just information that any girl or woman going to get an abortion should have available to her. Otherwise, you're keeping information from her that is vital to her making the decision whether or not to end the life inside of her. Ugh. The 2-1 ruling by the U.S. Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals reverses a lower court decision that declared the law unconstitutional. Oh my gosh, those judges should be brought up before. The law, the Ultrasound Informed Consent Act, House Bill 2, was signed in 2017 because HB 2 requires the disclosure of truthful, non-misleading, and relevant information about abortion. We hold that it does not violate a doctor's right to free speech under the First Amendment. Can't talk right now. Please call back later. I'm going to turn that ring off. Where was I? Judge John K. Bush, a nominee of President Trump, wrote in the majority. He was joined by a Reagan nominee, Judge Alan Eugene Norris. Judge Bernice Bui Donald, who was nominated by President Obama, dissented. Weird. I am gravely concerned with the precedent the majority creates today, she wrote. Its decision opens the floodgates to states in this circuit to manipulate doctor-patient discourse solely for ideological reasons. Yeah, letting women know information about a life-ending decision is ideological. No. The desire to keep that information away from those women is what is ideological. You want to kill babies, you sick ghoul. The law requires the abortion doctor to perform an ultrasound and give the woman an opportunity to see it. The doctor also must describe what is on the screen. The patient is not required to look at the screen. The law also requires the doctor to osculate, make audible, the unborn baby's heartbeat. The patient can request it be turned down. So they're not even forcing women. I would force them. I would absolutely force them. If you want to kill that child in your womb, then you got to look it in the face. You got to hear its heartbeat. This is ridiculous. EMW, but fair is fair. Whatever. At least this is making it an option. This one law is going to save more lives than anything else in the abortion argument in a long time. This is great. I'm so happy. EMW Women's Surgical Center and Abortion Clinic sued to have the law overturned. Of course they did, because it's going to take money out of their pockets, the sick bastards. The law, Bush wrote, is in line with the Supreme Court precedent in the 1992 decision, Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania versus Casey. Providing sonogram and osculation results to the patient furthers the state's legitimate interest, recognized in Casey, of ensuring that the patient understands the full implication of her decision, including the impact on unborn life, Bush wrote. As a First Amendment matter, there is nothing suspect with the states requiring a doctor to perform, before performing an abortion, to make truthful, non-misleading, factual disclosures relevant to informed consent, even if those disclosures relate to unborn life and have the effect of persuading the patient not to have an abortion. Thank you. Thank you, whatever, Sixth Court. Thank you, Clinton, Trump and Reagan nominees, and screw you, President Obama's nominated Judge Bernice Bui Donald. You're a horrible, horrible excuse for a human being. But hey, it is a great day for unborn babies in that vicinity, because this was part of my whole solution, right? Education and information for women who are contemplating killing the life within them. That is exactly what I'm like. Let them have all the information. But I'm like, move forward with this. Move forward with this. Make sure they know not just what it is inside of them. Let them know the statistics on what happens to women after they have abortions, the depression, the sterilization, the the unwanted miscarriages caused by damage to the uterus, the suicides, the long-term effects of killing that child. They are not minuscule. They're pretty heavy. And this is information, factual information. You don't have to make nothing up. Just give them the stats. Give them the stats, point blank. And so that they can make an informed decision. And that information, I guarantee, will do more to save lives than even than making abortion illegal, overturning Roe v. Wade. The guilt, JC, the guilt is the cause of the depression, I would assume. All right, let's see. Let's scroll back up, see what you guys were saying as I did this. If I can find someone that wants to trade Bitcoin for some of the art I've been posting, I might get back into the market. Yeah, you know what? I might be willing to start swapping. I mean, you saw my shirt. My other shirt says I accept Bitcoin, right? Praise God. If this saves one life, then this is great news. Oh, Beowulf, I guarantee you this will save lives. This will save lives. And that's why the abortion clinics are fighting it, right? Because it's billions and billions of dollars they make killing babies, and they don't want women to think again. They don't want to get them in there. They want to convince them they're just scraping off a parasitic lump of cells. They want to feed off of their ignorance like disgusting, hellish ghouls eating at the trough of humanity. Ah, it's disgusting. Dennis Pruitt, you want me to proxy bid on something? Star Woke says abortion clinics getting rich. That's why it's disgusting. That's right. That's right. Sketch says you should have to see an abortion X-ray sonogram video. Oh, yeah, that's what convinced one of the very founders of NARAL. I always forget this guy's name. But he was one of the founders of NARAL back when it was the National Association of the Reform of Abortion Laws. Now it's something different. Same letters, but yeah, he had performed like 20,000 abortions. He had aborted 2 of his own grandchildren, and then the sonogram was invented, and he had one of his technicians record an abortion, and then he watched that abortion, and he shut up his clinic, and he became an advocate for the pro-life movement because he watched that little baby inside the womb kicking and fighting to get away from the tools that were there to execute him. And then he watched that little baby scream silently in the womb in pain and terror as it was being ripped to pieces and sucked out of the womb. And he's like, I'm done. I'm out. And he fought the rest of Dr. Nathan. It's almost there. Nathan something. Look it up. Yeah. So yeah, he saw that. So if it can convince him, who was like as cold-blooded and as harsh a murderer of babies as a human being can get, it could probably convince a few mothers, right, not to do that to their unborn. If you want to see it, you can look on. I'm not going to share it here. It's kind of grim. You can look it up on YouTube. It's called Silent Scream. Silent Scream. Oh yeah, Sketch. You just repeated what I said. You can, or you said what I said before I said it. You can see the baby writhing in pain as it's torn limb from limb with scissors. Yeah. Trying to prevent killing a child is bad. Why? I don't know who you're talking to. I didn't see something like that. They're upset. It'll be harder to convince them to abort. Yeah. They won't make as much money. Thank God. Octavio says we're all gay. If gay means happy, then color me ecstatic. See, Trump's greatest legacy will be the judges he appoints and nominates. We need 4 more years. Yes, Kathy. But the great thing is we get 6 more years still. 6 more years of glorious, glorious Trump. Changing the very face of the judiciary in this country. It's beautiful. Sketch says, from the party that brought you eugenics, forced sterilization, segregation, and fought for slavery, not against late-term abortion laws by Democrats, yeah. First thing mentioned in our Constitution, the right to life. Agreed. James Hayes, I wish I could agree, Mike, but I fear people will no longer care, screenshot or not. Well, it's a sonogram, it's not a screenshot. We just don't value life or one another as we once did. I am sad for that. I think you're right. There are some people who will be so callous and cold as to not care. Um, but I guarantee you that this will save lives. This will absolutely save lives. Uh, I think Bitcoin is a good point of diversification, but all eggs in one basket is bad. Many young women have no idea what they are doing. Yes, true, Kusmeti. I have a friend who still regrets to this day, and it messed up her head. Oh yeah, it's this yeah, this has affected me personally, and I don't want to get into details, but yeah, it's it never it never leaves you your entire life. You're you're suckered into a lie. You're suckered into this lie. It's a clump of cells. It's a parasite. You still hear people arguing. It's a parasite. You freaking thunderhead. You can't. A parasite by definition has to be of another species. Offspring are not parasites. It's uh, sorry. I'm just thinking of an argument on Crowder's channel with this idiot who kept calling it a parasite, a baby, a parasite. I'm like, Crowder, it's answer him. 20,000 abortions. These are Dr. Mengele numbers. I know. Pretty grim. Um, Nathanson. I just can't remember the rest of his name. Eric says that's the same story the lady that the current abortion movie is about gave on Hannity for why she quit Planned Parenthood. Nassar says 4 more years. 4 more years. I always wondered how doctors actually perform abortions when the Hippocratic Oath states, I will abstain from all intentional wrongdoing and harm. Yeah, that's why they're not doctors, Kathy. They are abortionists. They are just twisted. Yeah. Um Perkino says there are so many people that want to adopt newborns that I just can't fathom why anyone would want to abort a baby. Many couples are willing to even pay all the medical bills for the mother. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're just brainwashed to believe that it's a clump of cells. They try to they try to take away the humanity. The humanity. It's like they say it's not even human. It's not a life. They have this argument drilled into them in school and in media, and it's this great grand lie. The Bible says there is like a great lie in the end times. I wonder if this is it, because what else in the history of mankind has cost so many lives just in America alone, the one country on the globe since Roe versus Wade? There have been like 60 million murdered in the womb because it's not a life. It's not a life. It's not a life. Science says it's a life. This is the one place where everyone on the left abandons science, where they're constantly trying to bludgeon religious people with science in every other aspect of life. It's like, oh, you don't believe in science. You're a science denier. When does life begin? Oh, it's life. Whenever nobody knows when life starts. No, dude, life starts at conception. That is the scientific definition of life. Anytime you try to shift from conception to birth, right? That whole retinue, whether it's the quickening, whether it's the heartbeat, whether it's viability, whatever your false standard is, uh it's subjective, it's philosophical, maybe it's theological. What it is not is science, because science says point blank without question, life begins at conception. I need a palate cleanser after watching Doug's stream. Oh, TPQ, tell me what was wrong. Tell me what was wrong. Sadly, I think many pro-abortion advocates know it's wrong. It's about control. Yeah, and it's a weird like denial too. They're so they care more about ideology than they do about truth. You know. Yes, Berkindo brings in the scriptures. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Yeah, and how much of that have we seen, especially in this particular um, space? Wow, we're only 35 minutes into this. Ooh, hold on a second. I just got a very important email I shouldn't be paying attention to right now, but all right. So you guys know, anyone who's waiting for the CG book, the CGC books on the Lone Star, I just got an email from CGC confirming. So I should have it. I should have those books within 2 weeks. Wait, is this saying they sent it? Recapping submission received. This just says they received it. So fast track, and I'm getting them fast tracked. And for those of you who got one, I got some really good news for you. I signed them at the CGC booth, so they are gold label CGC books. So I gave them the best copies I had. I really, really hope they all come back 9.8. But yeah, they are gold label CGC. Yeah, you're happy with that, right? Yeah, it's a comic grading company. And I even got an additional 10 of the Comics Gate Alliance covers graded. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll have them for sale or for auction or something. I don't know. But I thought as long as I was there, I get a few extra, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll put them up. I could put them up in the next Indiegogo as a tier 10. Only 10 available. Gold label CGC books. That could be really. I'll buy one now. For Kendo regrets not getting the slab version. Yeah, I'm really kind of. I'm not. I don't really know if I want to do slab versions on the next one because, I don't know. Send them to this guy. Keep one for yourself. We will see. Anyways, boy, this has only been like 35 minutes. Anybody got? I think we've kind of done the whole abortion thing. Anybody have another topic they'd like to bring up? I want one too. If you guys wanted them, you could have bought them while the campaign was going. What the heck? Now that you see that I'm getting them in, you want them? Jeez, terrible. I'll buy one now too if you're selling them. If I put those, here's a fun thing. So the Comics Gate Alliance cover is other than the sketch cover variant, it's the lowest printed cover, right? And I've got 10 CGC'd coming. So I don't know what kind of value. They were $100 for the regular covers, and I didn't even have them set as gold label. You know what? This is not the place to talk about this. I bought one and asked about the Comics Gate Alliance cover. You asked about it. 20% premium. Well, I'll figure it out. Cross examinations regulars get first dibs. WK says, I had an old girlfriend tell me once that as a man, I had no personal stake in abortion. I told her my stake was that I was a former fetus. Yeah, 50% of those killed in abortion are actually men. Actually, I think it's probably 49%. think there's like in general, there's 51% women are born to 49% men. Mike makes a cross-examinations intro of a fast montage of still images from biblical epics with you and Eden singing hallelujah over it. Oh, make. That'd be interesting. Had to escape Doug's chat. So glad this is on. Got no notification. What is going on in Doug's chat world? Huh? Yeah, what I could do is I could keep them. Okay, let's stop talking about the CGC thing. But he says minimum 250 to 350 would probably go higher at auction, to be honest. Yeah. We'll see. Doug is being Doug. Doug has a tranny on. Like a transmission? That's gonna get his hands extra dirty. Nasser. Yes, let's talk about why Mike doesn't like Iron Maiden. I don't know. I just never did it for me, man. Never did it for me. I like Metallica. I like Megadeth to a certain degree. See, what other hard? I like Ozzy. I don't know. I didn't get into a whole lot of heavy metal. Just a little bit. I wanted to be nice, but yeah, pagan tranny who identifies as a lawn ornament who is sexually attracted to asphalt. I think you just hurt my brain. Are you serious? Yeah, but do you like Gwar? I don't listen to Gwar's music, but I remember what's his name? Humongous. Used to be on Red Eye here and there. He was a full-on right-winger. What do I listen to? This is also not really a topic for cross-examinations. Do you guys just want to end this show early? If we've got, it's 42 minutes, and we're getting so far afield from anything biblical. It feels like you're taking over the chat. I love Red Eye. Yeah, I loved Red Eye, man. It was so great. My favorite Christian bands. Nasser says he's the bigger Beatles fan, but I can tell you that he's not. I don't know about my favorite Christian bands. I like to put it on like K-Love or Air One occasionally and listen to. Boy, Christian music has gotten so much better in the last 20 years. It used to just be just bad, right? And you had some bands that would stand out as like Jars of Clay as really good, or POD. Do you sing at all during worship? Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Carmen. No, not a big Carmen fan. Any Audio Adrenaline fans? Aretha Franklin? Yeah. But as for music, I don't tend to get into anything modern. I was in the whole, Columbia Records Club back when I was younger, and I would end up with just CD after CD after CD, and it's like, oh, I like this music, and then I'll pick that and I'll buy it, and I got to the point where I realized that I only really listened to a handful of. Wow, this is so, again, going off. This has nothing to do. This is why I try to start the topic at a half an hour point, right? And then do the topic to the end of the show. I started this topic way too early. The topic ran out of gas, and now we're off into Christian hair metal bands. And I love Elvis gospel music, yeah. What the heck? What the heck? Striper is still sound. They've actually decent sounding now. Oh, still around? Still around. Abortion is depressing. We need cheering up. Well, that's what this was. We were, the fact that this law has passed is going to save lives. I mean, it's great news. I was so happy to hear about it today, because I'm like, this is my dream. This is my dream for how we end abortion, right? Educating these young women to the truth, what their decision is going to mean to them. That's my solution. And there's a law that moves us towards that solution now, and I am just elated. I couldn't be in a better mood. I couldn't. So stoked. So stoked. Yes, Mike, but just thinking about abortion makes me sad. Fair enough. I understand. Beowulf says, the GoFundMe for the orphanage is still going. Land is cleared, plans finalized, everything ready to start. Well, Beowulf, here. I'm going to give you the moderator. Post that link up, bro. Post it up. And you're welcome to post it up anytime you're on my stream. Yeah, so for those who don't know, there was an orphanage. The guy, I don't remember what country it's in. It's like, I don't know, Bangladesh or something like that. Beowulf knows. And they lost the lease to their orphanage. Their landowners kicking them out. And so they need to build a new orphanage. And it's really, in the third world, it's relative by American standards. It's like the cost of a permit here, you could build an entire orphanage there, right? So, yeah, they need the money. Oh, and talk Oli. Kim's doing great. Here, let me get Oli will be on tonight on Friday Night Auctions, so please do come and bring your bags of money. Let me get a update from Oli. Let me read the latest update. I mean, she's doing remarkably well. Like, just this past 6 days or something like that. Kim is doing better and getting stronger every day. She is now out of the ICU and in a regular hospital room. She can speak with the trach in and is walking with a walker and support. She will be needing some rehab, but it looks like she will be coming home within a week. Thanks, everyone, for your continued prayer and support. So that is just fantastic news. Yeah, so blown out of my mind. It's just great. So much good news going on. I just posted up the link to Oli's GoFundMe. He's still obviously not able to work quite as much. He did come to the con because it was something he could drive back and forth to, and he did considerably better than I did, but he did considerably worse than last year. So yeah, so he is still going to need some financial help, and if you guys could help, then please do continue to support Oli. Help support that orphanage. Yeah, and praise God that Kim is better. Yeah, pray she gets back 100%, and that God uses this as He can use all things for the betterment of the kingdom. Right? What are my thoughts on 1 Corinthians 11:14? Do I not have? All right, 1 Corinthians 11:14. Give me a second. This computer, I don't know what is going on. Maybe it got a virus or something, but it is just so slow now. Oh my gosh. Remember when you get a new computer and like you type in a website or something and it's just bing, it's just there, instantaneous? Oh my gosh, it's not. All right, I'll do that on this computer. 1 Corinthians. Oh, there it goes. Come on. Oh my gosh, I should just grab the Bible. It'd be faster to just grab a Bible. Except for this doesn't have tabs on it, so I'm gonna. Oh. First Corinthians. Such. First Corinthians chapter 11. Of course, now I have to go to. He's still on DSL. It's too small with the bandwidth. I'm actually on fiber optics. It's the computer now. I don't know what's going on. Come on. Oh my goodness. I swear I could get there faster on this. First Corinthians 11. 14. 11:14? Is that what you said? 11:14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? What do I think about that? I think I keep reading. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. But if any man seem to be contentious, we have no such custom, neither the churches of God. That's why you can't just take single scriptures out of context. The churches of God have no such contention. So let it flow, let it flow. Let your long, glorious locks flow. I'm going to bounce. It's Gary shipment time. Nag at you later. All right, Ivan. Yeah, let's see what time in. We got 8 minutes left to go. Any other Bible questions? Rapunzel, Mike. Wrecked. Mousy Mark. I have the Bible app on my phone. I love it. I do too. And my Bible app is so much faster than this computer. I don't know what's going on. I got to get another. I just got to get another computer. The next time, hopefully, Lone Star 2 will be a really good, successful campaign, and I can just get rid of all this old. Dude, this computer is old. Sorry. Don't you dare get that horrid song stuck in my head. Sorry. This is why Ethan ribs you. He's jelly for your hair. Ethan, are you still watching, or did you bounce to go watch something else? Note to self: never buy drawings of Cecil. Oh, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, if you have a scanner, my daughter, I forgot to scan that Alita piece in. Could you scan that in and send it back to me? Or, you have to clean your PC. Get C Cleaner. Restart your internet every 2 to 3 weeks. The basic stuff. What do you call that new technology where you actually look in a book? Wasn't it sad that I looked it up in the book faster than this computer would pop it up? The whole point of the computer is to be able to get to certain verses very quickly. And then it's like, what about Leviticus 19:28? Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Well, again, contextually, and the Jews still do hold to this, but contextually, the cuttings, it says it right there, the cuttings in your flesh for the dead, right? It was a matter of worship. They were worshiping the dead. They were worshiping other gods and stuff with cuttings and tattoos and whatnot. And if you're gonna get a big tattoo of Vishnu on your chest, then I would question your heart for the Lord. But if you're gonna put a big Christ on your chest, I don't think that's such a big deal. But hey, to each his own. We are all free from the law. and free under the law. All things are permissible, but not all things edify. If you're going to get a tattoo, you have to ask yourself, does this edify the Lord? And if it's a tattoo that does not edify the Lord, it's permissible as per Paul's teachings, as per the scriptures, but all things do not edify. Yeah, I know, Mike. I was giving another example of how people take things out of context. Dennis says, don't charge your daughter too much for a print of her own art. Gary's here. Gary, you can start your stream shortly. I will be wrapping this up in, 5 minutes maybe? Yes, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Mike doesn't even dye that hair. It's all natural, ladies. That's right, ladies. It's funny. I don't even like the way I look with my hair down. My hair's wet because I just took a shower, so I leave it down until it dries because I don't like putting it in a bun, putting it in a ponytail until it's dry. I just like the way when it's tied back. I don't know. It's weird. Mike is the comic skate Fabio. I think I might have to work out a little bit for that. Ask yourself what it will look like at 80. What, my long hair when I'm 80? I've seen older guys with long hair, and sometimes it looks really cool. Sometimes not so much. The thing is, when I'm 80, my hair will still probably be about this dark because my mom is 78. She hardly has any gray hair. So I'm not going to be one of those old salt and pepper hair dudes. I mean, I'm 47 and it's hard. I do have a couple gray hairs, but I'm 47. Get an SSD, your PC will fly. What's an SSD, Ivan? Flabios. Yes, I am say Flabio. I really want to get a good high quality scan of some of the pieces I have, like the Shazam from Kanan, to get them colored. 47. Yes, Dennis Peruch, I am 47. Oh, solid state drive. Yes. I have a solid state in this Mac. It boots up sick fast. But yeah. And then that computer has 2 hard drives. The first one is a solid state, which I think it's like a 250 gigabyte solid state, and then a 2 terabyte standard hard drive, I think. That computer streams much better than this computer. This is my son's older computer. And then, we do all the hard stuff on that one. So, yeah, when I get in a financial place where I can enough money to get a good computer, yeah, I'll get a streaming computer, and I don't know how that's going to make my life better, but it'll surely make my internet work faster. All right. Cupsidon says, Mike, I wasn't trolling. I have longer hair now and was wanted to know your thoughts. Well, those are my thoughts, Cupsidon. You should have read the whole chapter. So don't feel bad if you got long hair, because the church has no such custom. It's tax deductible. Just because it's tax deductible doesn't mean I can afford it. I'm not a rich man. Sorry. There's a rule from 1860. Japanese women stay relatively hot, then they suddenly turn into little old ladies one day post 70. My mom is 78, and nobody looking at her would think she was 78. The answer is more sardines on tortilla chips. Actually, that does sound good. I do have some sardines in there. Although the ones I just bought, the tails are still kind of crunchy. Is long hair tax deductible? Is there anywhere that I can get a high quality scan of stuff? My scanner is too small. Yeah, go to FedEx. FedEx or UPS or any print shop will have high quality scans. Just bring a flash drive in with you, Not this. This is a Ledger Nano, not a flash drive. So this is how people keep their cryptocurrency. Do you think your work is better with or without a boss since you're doing it on your own now? What are the pros and cons to either? Not really a Christian comic. Christian. Oh, it's 1 hour. You know what? Ask me that on another stream. 4:49. Oh my gosh, I have to start the auction in 1 hour and 10 minutes. All right, I gotta go. Thanks everybody for being here. Love you all. Thank God for this decision in the Court of Appeals. Gonna save some babies. Gonna save some babies. Again, do help Oli and Kim. Oli will be there tonight. Yeah, what else I got? Back the Meg. If you want to support this channel, back the Meg. The Meg, Six Gun Samurai, deal with the devil. Get out there, help those out, and yeah. Thanks, guys. God bless.